Ciao mamma, sono sul dead. Sorry guys, but mom will be watching this from home and she doesn't understand English. So you know, I'll always be gentle and say hi. We're all here today to imagine how the next 10 years will look like, but before doing that, I'd like to take a few steps back. Since the dawn of human civilization, for thousands of years, we have heavily relied on agriculture. But then something changed. Britain, 18th century, the first industrial revolution. For the first time, human power, strength, labor was being replaced by steam-powered engines, leading to the development of railroads and acceleration of economic, human, and material exchange. The second industrial revolution made use of electricity, gas, oil to create mass production. The third used electronics and information technology to pioneer the first wave of automated production. Today, we are approaching the fourth revolution, and here's what it looks like. The combination of existing manufacturing space infrastructure with advanced robotics, AI, cloud, Internet of Things. This so-called Industry 4.0. But bear in mind, people, the real deal here is one thing: automation. A recent research by the University of Oxford has estimated that almost 1 in 2 jobs could be automated by 2033. In 2017, McKinsey estimated that between 400 to 800 million people could be displaced due to automation over the next 10 years, and we need to find new jobs. But perhaps the most common example of automation are autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars. Take Tesla, for example. Last year, they have exceeded market capitalization for the same guys that kicked off the second industrial revolution. And that is despite the fact that Ford is able to produce in 1 year more cars than Tesla ever made so far. By the way, I've got a 15-year-old sister, ciao chef. She's actually 6 months older than Tesla, just to put things into perspective. You've probably figured out that I'm Italian, so what people think is, well, you must be a great cook, must be lovely cooking. Nothing can be further from the truth. If you're thinking so, like me and the rest of the people in this room, you're biased, you tend to believe stereotypes. But yeah, I cannot distinguish between 2 types of pasta, literally the meat and just pasta. That is why I decided to invest in the first robotic kitchen, Molly. All you need to do is specify the entire requirements, type of cuisine, number of portions, and you're good to go. What about white-collar jobs? Are they going to be displaced? Are they going to be automated? And the answer is yes. Meet the first robotic lawyer, Ross. All you need to do is ask a question, then Ross will go through the entire body of law, pulling back the most relevant answers to your question. Machine learning is the project most responsible for this disruption. It is strictly related to artificial intelligence, rather than focusing on knowledge representation, abstract thinking, reasoning, which are all primary objectives of AI. Machine learning is solely focused on writing software algorithms that can enable machines to learn from experience, to learn from data. And this is the differentiating factor by which we distinguish today's automation with the initial wave that we had in the 80s and the 90s. Like many other areas of AI research, machine learning is a tangible asset that's already shaping our reality. This technology is making machines really good at carrying out high-volume, repetitive, frequent tasks. But this also constitutes the fundamental limitation. Machine learning needs to learn from existing data, past data, existing knowledge. Therefore, they're not really good at tackling novel situations. They are predictable. But we are. Humans have the ability to connect the dots. We can use intuition and creativity to pull threads from different domains, solving problems that we never faced before. And it's exactly this latter trait of ours that's been characterizing dialogue over the past few years among a few of the most renowned world organizations. In 2016, the World Economic Forum published a report, Future of Jobs. And they discussed how automation would be playing in regards to employment and workforce. Now, one of the most important findings was that by 2020, more than a third of the desired core skill set for a given job will be different from the one that we have today. Creativity, which positioned 10th in 2015, will become one of the top 3 skills by 2020. Now, if you actually stop for a second and you really think about it, it makes perfect sense. I mean, in order to gain benefit from all these innovations brought to us from the Industry 4.0, we need a group of people, a workforce, that's actually capable of leveraging these technologies in a creative way to bring value to organizations and hope for a further advancement of our society. Here comes the big question: how do we define creativity? What is exactly creativity? I've come to define creativity as the ability to come up with original, out-of-the-box ideas that are capable of challenging conventional thinking and break the reality of established rules. Anything more complex, please write textbooks, philosophers. What I try to instead here is showing you examples of what I come to consider as forms of creativity. Leonardo da Vinci was perhaps one of the greatest innovators of humankind. He pursued studies of, I have to write it down just because it's such a long list. Anatomy, fossils, birds, the heart, time machine, botany, geology, weaponry, painting, engineering, history, mathematics, coding, music, literature. I mean, chances are that if you're into something, so was Leonardo. His scientific inspiration informed his art. He peeled flesh and faces of corpses, delineated the muscles that moved the lips, and then went to paint the most memorable smile in the Mona Lisa. He studied the mathematics of optics, understood and showed how the light rays scrape the cornea, and then applied his knowledge in the magical visual changing perspective of the Last Supper. He went to learn the mathematics of proportion and scaling, and applied those to his drawings, the Eternal Man. His ability to make connections across various disciplines, domains, art and science, humanities and technology, made Leonardo history's most creative, curious, imaginative individual. I mean, he was Italian, wasn't it? So. But to find creativity, likely enough, we don't have to look that far in the past. Percy Spencer was a self-taught American engineer, and he was working trying to find a way to improve the efficiency of radars. Now, he was working near microtrones. Microtrones produce microwaves. He had a candy bar in his pocket. That candy bar did not work. The microwave always worked. Another Spencer Silver, while working for 3M, was trying to find a solution to create a really strong glue to be used for the aerospace industry. Luckily enough for us, he miserably failed, creating an incredibly weak glue. We won't be hearing about his invention up until one of his colleagues, Alfred Fly, picked it back and used it as a way to bookmark pages of his books. Hospitals were born. Okay, now we all have a fuzzy understanding of what we mean with creativity. The next logical question would be asking ourselves, how do we exactly foster and develop creativity? Well, there's many answers to this question, but right here, why not give a bold one? And that would be changing the way we learn and teach, changing the educational system. I mean, for decades it's been a discussion on this topic, and now you're telling me that this unknown guy is standing on the stage is going to tell us the answer. Probably I won't. I will tell you a story, then I'll let you draw your conclusions. In the transitioning period between the first and the second industrial revolution, from 1870 to 1970, the percentage of Americans working in farms fell by 90%. But while farming jobs were decreasing, expenditure in civil education was skyrocketing. In 1910, only 18% of the children between 14 to 17 went to high school, but by 1940, that figure grew to 73%. This was called the high school movement. America at the time was largely a rural nation, but local governments recognized that an increasing expenditure in civil education and educated workforce would create a middle class, boost the manufacturing industry, and enhance economic mobility of the population. Children were being equipped with skills necessary to carry out standardized, rule-based skill jobs. And for that time, the educational system made sense. Good system. But today, it doesn't. Because machines can already do that type of work for us. They're already doing that type of work for us. They're doing better, they're doing faster, they don't take days off, they don't ask for a holiday, they don't complain. They just do the job. And history is showing us that data is showing us that history is repeating itself. Since 1950, the percentage of Americans working in factories has fallen by 75%. So what we essentially need to do is shift from this factory mindset, in which jobs are defined around narrow single tasks, and we need to move from an industrial model of education, which is based on linearity, conformity, and matching people, and go to a more open model in which individual human talent can flourish and thrive. We need schools in which it's taught it's okay being wrong and make mistakes. Schools that put emphasis on art, drama, dance, music, as much as STEM-based learning. An environment in which collaboration triumphs over individualistic performance. A system in which human achievement outweighs academic achievement. A system that celebrates the process rather than the outcome. We need institutions that inspire the students to try more, to be more, regardless of adversity or failure. Because let me tell you people, if you're afraid of being wrong or making mistakes, you'll never, ever, ever come up with anything creative. And to do that, we need teachers, mentors, educators, to instill in the youth the concept of what Dr. Ronaldo comes to refer to as growth mindset. The belief that through hard work, our own limit can be exceeded and defined. We need institutions that recognize and understand that each single student, each single children is unique and has different needs. Personalized learning needs to become the new buzzword of the coming decade. And more importantly, we, everyone here, has the responsibility to instill in the youth the concept of lifelong learning as the way forward. One of the most important lessons given to us by evolution is that success does not rely on power, does not rely on strength, it relies on adaptability. Citizens of the future, we need to be resilient to the face of adversity. Because I'm sorry to spoil this up, guys, but all the nights you had in RNG, the library, your assignments, most of what you learned in your degree will likely lose relevance over the next 10 to 15 years. That's because we don't really know how jobs will look like by that time. But here's one thing we do definitely know. If machines wanted today would be the ultimate repository of knowledge. Therefore, we want to, worry anymore about I need to know everything. Our ultimate superpower will become to use our creative minds, not them together with this immersion of knowledge that's been given to us by machines, to find those answers that are not yet Googleable. Automation will free us from low-end, mundane, repetitive tasks. But we, on the other hand, have the responsibility to use such a gift to focus on important matters that still needs our attention. Global warming, political rights, social inequality, Donald Trump, to name but a few. The most ethical answers won't be given by Google or any AI. It will require human hearts, collaborative communities, and a lot of creative minds eager to challenge status quo. Thank you. Ciao mamma, ciao Finn. Ciao.